All right. I'm going to make a quick video here. Hopefully it's pretty quick. We're new at Photoshop. We're trying to use layers, crop backgrounds, and we're going to make a comic book cover for the storyboard or comic book that we created earlier. So, first thing that we want to do is we want to not visit the Facebook group. Go in and on our comic book, I've already done this, create a new frame with just the characters in front of a white background. It can be any type of solid background. I'm suggesting a white background because it's going to make cropping the character much easier. If it's one like this where it's half two different colors, that's okay too. Fully white will make it a little bit easier. For example, if I want these two characters, I wonder if I can turn that off. Nothing. I wonder if I can get rid of this speech bubble. I didn't do it right. Add caption, get rid of it. There we go. And if I change the background here to white background. So there we go. Pretty good. It's still got that little line in the background. Let me just do this, pull this character down so that he's in all the white area. Okay, we've got that. That didn't take too long. We picked the characters that we want. I'm going with these two characters. I'm going to hold down Windows, Shift, and S and select those characters. So I'm going to go Windows, Shift, S. And it says, the screen kind of goes dark, and it says, what do you want to take an image of, or take a screen capture of? Ooh, and I don't know if I did it perfectly. You'll see there, I kind of cut off his hand a little bit. So I'm going to do it again. Windows, Shift, S. Hopefully this doesn't freeze the video. I just noticed it looks like it freezes the video, but whatever. So I've got this now. I'm going to open up Photoshop. I've got a whole bunch of other projects that I've worked on, or actually some of those look like some of people's best coloring projects, which is how we started. I'm going to say new. It's opening it up on my other monitor. And I'm just going to go with the size that it says I've got, which is good. There's my characters. Now, I'm going to come back here because this is me, my character. I have him down here as a wizard and a pirate. I might go with the wizard one also. So I'm going to do this one. Do it again. Windows, Shift, S. I'm copying this guy. File, new. Whatever it's saying, I just copied. There we go. I got a couple characters I can play with and figure out what I want to do with later. Now, I've got these and these, which look like some wizard type things. So I'm going to look up. I'm just going to search in the background. Enchanted. Can that show up? Oh, I've got caps lock on too. Enchanted Forest. And whatever. And I'm going to go look at some images of some enchanted. Ooh. Some of these look really cool. Nah. What's this one? This one could be kind of cool. Now, remember, we're going to want to crop it down to a comic book size. So because it's so wide, it would mainly be, I don't know, maybe this area over here, this area over here. I don't know, just so that I don't take too long, I'm going to go with maybe this one. So I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to say copy this image. Copy the image. Go back into Photoshop. File, new. I want one that size. Control V. There's my image. Now, I want to merge all this stuff together to create it more like a comic book. So what I'm going to do is, first I'll get this character here. Now, there is no background, which is good. I'm going to click and hold here, grab my magic wand tool. It works kind of like the fill tool, but for selecting things. It's going to select all the white until it runs into something else. So let's try doing that here. I've clicked this, I'm going to hit delete. It's that checkerboard pattern. That means it's transparent. Now there is a little bit down here. Maybe I'll zoom in, Control plus, and go down a little bit. There's a little bit in his feet there. I want to get rid of that too. Okay. I'm going to pick the square selection tool. Say copy this character and paste him onto this new scene, which is pretty cool. I'm going to do Control T, which we're transforming the size of him, and I'm going to put him down on the road there. That looks pretty cool. Now I have another guy. I'm going to take this one. I don't think I'm going to go with this character, but same idea. I need to get rid of that background here. So I'm grabbing the magic wand tool again. Ooh, I wonder if that's getting his whole beard. Let me try deleting and see. Yeah, see, his beard disappears. So that's kind of a good thing. I'm going to show you what we can do to fix that. I'm going to deselect that there. The tolerance is up at 100, which is quite high. I'm going to try decreasing that tolerance. Maybe 50 will do. There, and now it didn't select his beard, which is perfect. Let me hit delete and see what happens here. That, I think, is exactly what I want. Now, I think it missed, it's kind of like the other character, down in between his feet there. Yeah, so I'm going to delete that as well. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, zoom back out. And I don't really want this guy, I just want this guy. So I'm just going to put that box around him, say copy, go back to my scene here, paste, and I'm going to transform him. This one I'm going to make a little bit smaller because I'm going to put him in the background here. And maybe I would even put him like that. I'll maybe show you some tricks that you could use. Maybe I'll put him back here. Yeah. Okay. I like it. Now, our comic book is probably going to be more like a comic book. Maybe I'll move him somewhere in between here. Instead of being super wide. So I'm going to use this crop tool here on the whole thing. And I'm going to bring in the sides of this comic book. Something like that. I like it. Okay. This is starting to look good. I can probably put my title up here. Now the one thing though, I'm going to, this is kind of extra stuff. I'm going to bring the opacity down, way down on this character. And because I need to put him behind these posts. So what I'm gonna do is I could have copied the posts and brought it up, or I can delete part of this character. I'm just gonna show you. If I go and see, so I brought the opacity down so I could see where that post is. And I'm just deleting bits of the character. I probably should zoom in even more so I get this right. He would be behind this leaf. So I'm going to delete him from the leaf and this post over here. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the opacity, or opacity, however you like to say it, back up. Now it looks like he's back behind that little fence there. So it looks pretty cool. I'm going to grab my text here. I'm just going to go with horizontal text and see if there's kind of a neat one for this. Maybe that would be kind of neat. I wonder if there's something. You can download fonts. I don't know that we can necessarily download fonts at school. So we might be limited to the ones that Adobe's got in there, which there are some kind of neat ones. Maybe this one would be neat. I'm not going to spend too much time right now picking, but fonts are very important. This one actually looks kind of cool. Maybe I'll amp this one up. And maybe it's not. I don't know. I'm gonna bold this. So this one doesn't have a bold, so I'm not gonna bold this after all. But I can move it over here. I don't know that I love this font. One thing that I like to do is to grab another color that's in the comic book and apply that to the title. So maybe I would, I don't know, highlight this and grab I don't think the red will necessarily look good, but maybe these things down here, no. But what we could do is if we keep that red and duplicate the layer, and then turn it back to black, that red we could offset and have a little bit of a shadow there. Or maybe we go brown and red. Brown and red is, I find, a not often used combination that is awesome. Cool, that's kind of looking neat. And then what some students do is they kind of Google these little extras, whereas there's like the comic code or comic code authority, this, and they can put the little stamp on there and everything, and that is pretty quick. I don't know how long that took, but that is how we can start to come up with the comic cover for the comic that we created. Hopefully that helps, and you can take that one step further and use it with whatever comic that you've created.